Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. We're on a daily challenge for February 18th, 2017, and I gotta be honest with you, I'm glory hunting a little bit. I'm chasing, we're just Isaac. Is this like International Frankenstein's Day or something? Wait, let me Google. What is today's International Day of? A daily listing of today's holidays. Cow milked while flying in an airplane day. National Battery Day. There you go. I was kind of hoping it would be Crab Stuffed Flounder Day, but at least it's not No Clothes Family Day, so it's International Battery Day. We got Watch Battery, AAA Battery, D6, Mom's Purse, Battery Baby, Car Battery, the Battery, and 9 volts. There's a lot of fucking battery items in this game. Anyway, what I was gonna say is I gotta be awesome, or I gotta be awesome with you guys. Just thanks for your support. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm glory hunting a little bit right now. I've been doing pretty well on the dailies. According to greedbutt.com/plus, I'm like top 7% right now. However, if you look at my scores, it's not me saying that number's a lie, but if you look at my scores, typically we're top 5%, top 2%. We have one that's top 80% because I had the audacity to quit the daily early, knowing that I wasn't going to finish it to begin with because I wanted to, you know, go skiing with my lovely wife. I guess fuck me, I suppose. That one daily is keeping me out of the top 100 right now, I think, if my math is correct. I'm not going to pick that up just yet. We could have taken the speed upgrade as well, which, by the way, might have just been the right choice. This one goes all the way to Mom's Heart, and we're going to look for a seam to get us past there. So a self-sacrifice room from beyond, about the time that we fight Boss Rush, seems like the right call because we wouldn't be missing out on Hush here. So any self-sacrifice room on the womb is going to be an easy choice. Either way, yeah, so I've got to keep, like, really doing well on dailies, and then we can hit that top 100. And if I hit that top 100, I'm not saying I could coast, but at least I can know, you know, I'm a decent Isaac player. I got it in me. I made the leaderboards. Somebody said that I was good at the game, and I respect that. You know, I don't really like Big Fan, but I'm going to take it because I was just going to say we're not going to get that many rerolls on this floor. That's probably patently false, but I do want to keep pace as well here. I think that's important. Hopefully I didn't bow out of this one too early and create an uncomfortable situation where, oh no, you missed Polyphemus or something like that. It does happen from time to time. Hopefully not this time, though. Okay. Secret room? Secret room? That's a really, really good secret room. So basically, if we get a shitty item from the boss, we're gonna reroll it until the dawn of time, or the end of time. We're gonna reroll it until time ceases to be a concept that we understand in our human brains, but we're actually not gonna reroll a cube of meat because cube of meat is quite good. So instead, we're just going to head down to the next floor with a bunch of battery charges. If you're watching this and somehow you travel back in time and instead of buying Apple stock in like 2003, you decide that the best use of your time is going to be playing an Isaac daily for February 18th, 2017, aka International Battery Day, I would advise you probably... Oh, you got me. I would advise that you probably reroll Big Fan until you get something a little bit more precious, because there's a lot of opportunities to do so there. Grab this, use that. Hey, a luck upgrade is no joke. Down to the next floor. It would really just be the ultimate, like, crystallization of, am I bad? I'm not sure. Am I bad? I'm trying not to be bad. All of a sudden, like, oh, I guess I'm not that bad. Like, that's why I'm gunning for this leaderboard position. Also, a friend of mine, you may know him as Corey, aka twitch.tv/FlackBlag. He's ranked like 57. And I think he is better at dailies than me to begin with. I'll give him credit where credit is due. But I at least want to be on the leaderboard with him, you know? When we first came into the league as junior players, we just said as long as we can play on the same line one day, this whole crazy trip has been worth it. We got a chance to be in the NHL's top 100 players of all time mark right here. Okay, we're gonna get a deal with the devil unless I have the worst Monstro fight of all time. What do I need on a deal with the devil to start pulling away here? Well, actually, the shovel is good enough to take. As much as I kind of hate to admit it. We got Book of Sin. We're going to pick up Book of Sin for the Bookworm transformation. Really need to not teleport here. Yeah, because if you teleport, we could have lost Deal with the Devil Precedent. We're going to take this. We get Deal with the Devil Precedent. We have Car Battery, so we get extra plays. In fact, we might as well play this one more time. And we got 2 extra keys out of it. Don't take that yet. Reroll it once. And we get Dark Bomb. I think you say that that's just worth taking. We took Infested as well. We're going to reroll that. You know what? I really do like the box, even more so than an HP upgrade, I think. I'm excited. It's not my favorite pill, to be honest with you, but... What was my reasoning for that? Well, in hindsight, we really just traded an HP upgrade for a few consumables. Not really the greatest play of all time, but... Yeah, PhD we will take for sure as well. Having Dark Bomb here basically means we're, I mean, to be set, it might be a little bit rich, but to be honest with you, are we set on the average Isaac run right off the bat? Yes. And then we start with all of the battery items, and all of the battery items are good. Some of them are great. So, I think we were pretty much set to start with. Too bad, don't think there's any way for us to have finagled our way into this boss trap room whatsoever. Money, please? Lucky Toe. Yeah, I mean, I'll take Lucky Toe over Watch Battery. And then in here, another book. Okay, so we're getting close to Bookworm. Not that that's a huge deal, but would be nice to knock that out if possible. And then we got plenty of opportunities to reroll, and Farting Baby is not quite good enough. And by not quite good enough, I mean it's kind of garbage, so... We're going to take our sweet time here. We've been doing pretty good with making it into boss rush. You know, I think the Nash equilibrium, which is not the right way to use the term Nash equilibrium, but I think the Nash equilibrium for boss rush is you want to make it basically at 1959, so you didn't miss out on anything else. I don't know if we're going to get another reroll, so... I mean, we're going to buy PhD because it's a good item. Get a range upgrade, and then, you know, without Nun's Habit, there's no way for us to get another upgrade, so I think we just leave Farting Baby. Why leave it? Well, there's no point to picking it up. I don't think it's very good, and it would cost us about 15 seconds. So that should show you about how much I value that item. But I think we're doing totally fine here. We did get hit once on this run, plus curse rooms, and to be honest with you, for having so many battery charges, we're not really killing it from an item standpoint in terms of our DPS. In terms of our defense, we're well equipped right now, but in terms of our DPS, a little bit behind the curve, I'd say. It's not necessarily a terrible thing. You know, we got good chances for future deals with the devil, and survival is important. But making it to boss rush is also important to me. You know, to get that, like, to average top 5 and a little percent, which is where you have to be in order to get that top 100 position long term. We will open these. You need to not just win every daily. Some dailies you can get away with just winning probably because they're really tough. But on the average daily, you know, you're dealing with great Isaac players. You got to bring your A game as well. I mean, there's probably very simple arithmetic you could run on this. I don't think it's worth opening a Mimic chest, though. Unless there's, like, a disproportionately high amount of good shit inside of it. I really like... A big fan, I think, is a bad-ish orbital. Because it impedes other orbitals. However, that's really good if it gets to... You get to stick one orbital on an enemy for longer and have a much, like, wider swath of area that is protected. Like, right there, I couldn't have done that if I only had a ball of bandages. I would have probably been hit. Now, that hasn't stopped me every time in the past, but it would have been not a shrewd move. Now, obviously, enemies that do contact damage, we've got to be cautious about, aka, like, basically every enemy in the game. But I am shooting, by the way. I'm just also trying to augment that with a little bit of orbital damage, because we're a little slow here. Yeah, okay, so that's the last time I'm going to do that. It is very important that we don't get a huge damage penalty, so let's stop with that nonsense. I feel like, you know, maybe by putting pressure on myself to do well on this run, I've negatively, cognitively affected myself here. So let's just slow our roll. The best way to... First off, the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. I don't have Folgers right now. I have a little cafe. Why don't you just call it McDonald's? Internally, they refer to it as McCafe, alright? I've seen the documents. We're gonna buy Chaos as well here. We've been playing well on dailies. Probably the best thing that we could do is just continue to play well on dailies by doing what we've been doing the whole time. We're certainly not going super slowly. Not blowing the doors off in terms of the speed right now. But not going badly. This would be a great time for us to get a DPS upgrade and maybe another deal with the devil. Because, like, Isaac, his starting stats are not horrible. But if you don't improve them within, like, 4 floors, you're probably going to start to find yourself feeling a little bit behind the curve. Yeah, we can't play that, but maybe in the future we'll consider it. Bighorn. Alright, with 8 bombs, Bighorn is one of the most, like, two-faced bosses out there. Like, dude takes so much damage from fire. If we can just get him to pop up, like, on his own hot bombs or something like that, life's good. Takes so much damage from bombs, except that one apparently. But against, like, regular tiers, he's a fucking Superman. Which is why I'm making an effort, like, I'm using one bomb whenever I can here to try to fuck his whole life up. Because otherwise, we'd lose, like, 45 seconds on this boss fight. This is a boss I still, like, do not fully understand at all. Which, also, you know, if you're being fair, probably describes, like, every boss in the entire game. But, come on, just die right here. Okay, we got him. No deal. Hot Bombs is a reroll. Matchbook is a reroll. Humbling Bundle is not a reroll. Okay, that's so many points. And, also really, really potentially useful for us in terms of getting, like, enough money to buy as much as we want from the shop. If we could restock, like, we're set. So we are gonna take the time to go to, our item room here, which is really gonna slow us down, but that's the benefit of having this world card for the future, is that we're gonna be able to, hopefully make up for lost time. But I am feeling the burn a little bit here. I feel like I'm making poor plays in a department I normally do okay in, and that's reroll decisions. I really feel like maybe Big Fan has put me behind the curve here. Not Big Fan's fault necessarily, but, like, I'm desperately searching. What the fuck is this? I'm desperately searching for some DPS improvements before it's too late. Oh my god. Oh my god, come on. Okay. Humbling Bundle is gonna save us. Okay, we have to take it. Screw is fine. Rate of fire goes down by 2. It's pretty good. You know what? I think we actually should not have rerolled as much as we did. I think we should have gone straight up for ramming speed, unless there was some kind of amazing item that came after it. But on first principles, I think ramming speed would be the best choice, just so we're a little faster. But we gotta be like the Energizer Bunny on this run, you know? We just keep going, and sadly, that's not that good for us. This floor, we're gonna have to atone for our earlier sins, you know? We're gonna have to make some sacrifices. So unless, I was gonna say unless we get to 15 cents. Alright. We'll probably still go to the shop, because with Chaos, we can get literally anything on the shop. So there's no reason to value the item room over the shop. I thank the gods of Isaac every day that I did not skip orbital training, dude. Orbital training is such an essential part of so many different archetypes in Isaac. It's one of my favorite ways to deal damage when you can get it to pop off for you, at least. PhD gives us full health. That would be really nice if there was, you know, an arcade that had a that had a blood bank. Basically, anything in Isaac that's 2 words... Oh, thank you, thank you. Anything in Isaac that's 2 words can be confused with anything else in Isaac that's 2 words. That's just the rule. Wow, okay, well that's a sobering wake-up call. That I cannot just run into, or I cannot just play chicken with a silkworm there. Which is a mega bummer, dude. What the fuck is Triangle Tears? Glyph of Balance. We have an Illuminati head. I don't understand, but I will persevere regardless. You gotta take these new items. Normally, like, I go, oh, on a daily, that's not when you try it. Not on this daily. This daily is when we try it, because we're really looking for some speed improvements as soon as possible here. One bomb. Very easy to use for a good purpose there. What does Glyph of Balance do besides give us Spirit Heart? Remote Detonator. Good enough to get some bombs, and then we, you know, put it back down. Reroll it once. HP. Reroll it again. Ghost, baby. Fudge, dude. Straight up. I hate to use such strong language, but fudge. Another Spirit Heart. Survival's fine. Survival goes west. I know I'm slowing down again, but it's for a good purpose. A battery charge. Blow these guys up. Please tell me that this rerolled whatever was in our item room. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. No, okay. Well, we'll go fight the boss first, and then we'll come back and reroll Ghost Baby if plausible / necessary. For now, I mean, I guess, again, the thing is, I fail to internalize that with Chaos, a deal with the devil is not inherently more valuable than an item room or a shop, except for the fact that it exists. And all I mean by that is, you know, it's just one extra item per floor. It's not actually like its existence is anything particularly special by itself. Sad bombs, you take, no doubt. Okay, grab this. We gotta go a little faster. And we only had mapping for this floor, so... Okay, now we got a lot of bombs that are actually pretty good, but... Our DPS stats are sadly still pretty samey. So we can make it into Boss Rush, possibly. But then, you know, we've also got to kill Boss Rush after that point. Great. Chariot is lovely for us here. As you can tell, it allowed me to kill one ghost. Come on, come on, come on. We got 45 seconds to get out of this floor and still be on time, dude. Yeah, okay, bad idea. I think this is actually a moment that maybe is gonna... If we're fucked, we're fucked. Like, if I made a decision that set us back this far, so be it. Like, we can only do so much, right? However... Didn't mean to get that one. However, if everybody's in a tough spot, we can still make this one work for us by virtue of sacrificing what other people will not sacrifice, which is a fuckload of HP. Normally, that's a terrible decision. However, in our present situation, it might be for the best because it allows us to move a little faster. So we will skip an item room on this floor if we've got to. We'll get Bookworm, which is fine, / great. Blow this guy up, reroll Coat Hanger, sure. Okay, we're starting to build a little bit more in terms of the DPS department here. And I think we skip our item room on this floor, and it bums me out, don't get me wrong, but this is the rub of the dailies, dude. You're looking for stuff like this to take you to the next level. The brownie fight is no joke, man. Oh, I really thought we'd be fine there. Oh my lord. Why is it that this guy takes so much damage on runs where we're great? On runs where we suck, he lives forever. Hasn't he heard of the Queen song from the Highlander soundtrack? I mean, I think maybe you go Poison Bombs. Sure, we can make a case for Whore of Babylon easily. We take this, re-roll these, and then we just take Compost to get it out of the equation. Now we're in the Whore of Babylon state on the next room. And then we take Bob's Curse with us, and all of a sudden, we're not quite as far behind as we used to be. Now, Bob's Curse, not the most amazing item in the game, but, you know, we've really improved our DPS as a result of a little bit of a gambit there. So, this might have given us what we need to kind of take off into the Great Wide North and take off into beauty way to go, you know? Or it's a beauty way to go. Sorry, I forgot my Canadianisms. Sometimes people, they ask me, you know, what does X mean? When Canadians say X, what do they mean? Well, it's very simple. Usually that means, I guess that would be slang for ecstasy most of the time. Or it could perhaps be like a romantic partner that no longer, you know, you're intimate with, I suppose. Or you could be drinking a case of Molson X, which is a weirdly, it's a domestic beer, but it's called export. Anyway, we got to go a little faster here. Although when we fight Mom's heart, or sorry, Mom, we should be in a good spot because we will be dealing a lot of orbital damage, which is important. Oh, I just ricocheted off of the freaking skull there, buddy. What do Canadians mean when they say buddy? Oh, that's an easy one, bud. Buddy's, you know, bud, pal, friend. But oftentimes it's said with a hint of aggression, you know. Buddy is usually not a term of endearment, I suppose. Sometimes it can be. But buddy is oddly formal. It's like saying, no problem, sir, you know? Bud is like potentially a term of endearment. Or maybe like a cause to start a fight, you never know. Mystery Sack, I think, is good enough, even though it's not DPS. This run, I actually love the concept of this run. And my reasoning for that is very simple. I think that your results in this run are going to be very different than my results in this run. Depending on what you value in the reroll, what you choose to reroll, what you choose to keep. We're going to have some very, very different runs here. And I like that. I think that presents some variability in the score that presently I probably should not be pleased with, because it doesn't look like it's working out as well for me as I'd like, but it's kind of neat. So, rooms that take like less than 5 seconds, like this one I thought would, we're going to make it through those as quickly as possible. Other rooms, we're bombing our way through in the hopes of getting to the boss rush. Still, like, not convinced. Okay, now we have a chance. We still gotta be pretty fast. My fly spins so slowly as a result of Big Fan. Okay, we got 22 seconds here. It's a regular version of Mom. Basically, the only thing that matters is this orbital damage. And we did it. Now, it hurt. Don't get me wrong. But I stand by that being the right decision. Now we'll take Ceremonial Robes. And we're not going to pop the Strength card. Now, I don't think we're in a great spot here. I don't think that we've... Now our work is done, right? Like, I think that now we're in the conversation for possibly having made an okay decision. But life's going to be tough, man. Like, we made it in here basically with a second to spare. Okay, if we can just get the fly on top of you, like... Oh, fuck. It's basically not rotating. It's not doing as much damage as I expect a fly to do as well. Why not pop the Strength card, by the way? Well... would lose Whore of Babylon by doing so. We will probably live, though. And the reason is Mystery Sack paying out with good stuff. This is going to take 100,000 years, though. But you know what? Now that I've made it into Boss Rush, I feel like a little bit of renewed confidence. My damage penalty is going to be horrible on this run, but that's just... I feel like it's unfair to categorize or to judge dailies under the same conditions that you judge a normal run. Obviously, if this had been a normal run, we're not under any sort of timed duress, you know? We just choose to take things a little slower, and if we don't make it to boss rush, that's fine, as long as we're not losing, you know, 40 red hearts, or demon hearts, I should say. So, on a daily, you know, if you want those point bonuses, you gotta go for it, you know? Might end up not working out as well as I would have liked here, but that's okay. But why? The reason I have somewhat renewed confidence right now is actually because if there are good items, there's two conceivable ways. If there were better items than we got, I should say, there's two conceivable ways to get them. One of them is to reroll further, but I feel like I shouldn't be that bummed out about that, because the farther a good item is away from the origin point, the less likely that, you know, everybody's gonna get it. I thought I could fly there for a second. For example, if Polyphemus is 8 rerolls deep or something, not everybody's gonna get that. The other thing is, you could have not taken Chaos. And if not taking Chaos is what leads to being in a better situation, then so be it. Sometimes chaos is going to work for you, sometimes it's not. We're rolling the dice. We're seriously getting like 2 red hearts with every boss we kill. It's a beautiful world. I'll tell you straight up. This is not going to look like a very impressive run. We're going to take a lot of damage. We're not doing a lot of damage. I mean, we're at 7 damage right now, which is okay for this stage of the game. 6 rate of fire. I hate you, Mega Fatty. Why do you choose to be such an asshole on a regular basis, is all I ask you here. Well, this time they didn't drop 2 red hearts, they just dropped a spirit heart, so, you know, cut out the middle, man. I'd actually prefer the spirit heart, even though 2 red hearts is technically like 1 1/3 spirit heart, just because there's no spider chance. Spider chance, ruin your run, make you poop your pants. On the womb, got Dark Bum. If he gives us a heart, we won. Oh no, he procced the spider chance. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got... Wait, what'd you call me? I ain't your bud. You know, I know there's that South Park bit. I don't know, again, you Americans talk about South Park as if we do not have it up here. We have South Park in Canada. It airs on the Comedy Network. To the point where I'm fucking sick of it. You know, I've been watching it since I was like 9 years old. Comedy Network airs like 8-episode marathons every single night. 8 episodes isn't really a marathon, NL. You know what? If 4 hours of television a night is not a marathon for you, it might be time to cut the cord, buddy. That's all I'm saying. It's not you're not running 26.2 miles, I'll admit, but a marathon, yeah, I think it qualifies. Yeah, I mean, people, we don't say like I'm not your buddy friend, I'm not your pal guy, but you know. And it might shock you to know that our heads are connected to our bodies. Or, you know, via part of our neck. Our jaws don't merely unattach every time we speak. We're not so different, you and I. If you could just back it up here. I got nothing against South Park, by the way. Like I said, I've been watching it since I was knee-high to a fucking shithawk. I don't know what these... Would it knee-high to a grasshopper? Is that what they say? Is that what they say back when I was growing up in the 1930s? Please be the final wave. Dude, this boss rush is never gonna end. Maybe I'll rank well because I have relatively strong tolerance for monotony. You know? That could be an intangible improvement for us. Asking for a friend, how many times do you have to get hit to completely invalidate the bonus for going to boss rush? Just curious. I'm begging you. Oh my freaking lord, dude. Well, I don't know, this might be like Wave of Mutilation by the Pixies, track 3 off of their landmark 1986 album Doolittle. Of course, it starts with Debaser, everybody knows that. Got Me a Movie, Want You to Know. Slicing Up Eyeballs, Want You to Know. Girly So Groovy, I Want You to Know. Don't know about you, but I'm a Shen Andalusian. Then track 2 is I Bleed. AKA, my anthem for the morning after eating Chipotle, am I right? People with weak constitutions? Then you got Wave of Mutilation. Wait. What comes after Wave of Mutilation? I actually don't know. I can't remember, at least. Oh my god, I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. Just spare me. By the way, like, we're actually very lucky. By the way is not on 1986's Doolittle by the Pixies. It's on 2003's By the Way by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Probably, like, second best song on that album. You gotta give it to Can't Stop. Yeah, Dark Matter for sure. You gotta give it to Can't Stop. Became sort of a classic for them at least, but by the way, you know, it's okay. Certainly not the Zephyr song. What I was gonna say, though, is that we're lucky because this run only goes to Mom's Heart. There is no way that it can feature. Wow, there's no way that it can feature the Hush. So by doing the world's slowest boss rush, we didn't cost ourselves a chance at Hush. Now, we did cost ourselves about infinity damage. This is the limbo that is both exciting and infuriating about dailies, though, because I'm in this situation right now, and I'm like, is this... Sure, the real life, is this just fantasy? I'll indulge you. Is this just my daily, or is this the daily? Did everybody else get the memo that if you just re-roll 4 times on that first item room, it's mom's knife or something, and I'm out here going, oh, big fan, you're doing great work for me? Or am I going to pop over to Reddit after I complete the daily and everybody's going to be like, this daily fucking sucked? I don't know. We're going to find out. One thing's for sure. I mean, we started doing these dailies just to get the dedication achievement, and that's changed. And that's actually really, really positive. I started being like, I don't want to do dailies. I just want to do streaks. You know, dailies are stupid. You start score chasing too much, you stop having fun. I disagree with that idea now, and I think we've had maybe the benefit of having one of the strongest, like, crops of dailies I've ever seen. You gotta check it. If you don't check it, you got no fucking soul. One of the strongest crops of dailies I've seen, you know, in my limited daily experience in Isaac, but like I'm very pleased with the dailies we've had. And then on top of that, you know, decent play over the course of it as well. And now we've got a higher level goal. You know, if I could finish this month being in the top 100, that would be exciting for me. It's going to require pretty great play because, again, that one daily that put us in the 80s is having a disproportionate impact on things right now. You know, you gotta have a lot of 2% dailies to make up one in the 80s. So that's my bad, I suppose. But we are getting close to that dedication achievement, which I don't want to forget about. You know, that's still worth something as well. It's a necessary step on the road to 3,001%. It's weird, like, I'm not even talking about this run anymore. I'm talking about... Oh, fudge. I'm talking about, you know, the concept of runs in general, but... There's really, like... I mean, on this run, it's kind of hard to talk about because we have chaos, so... What do I need? Well... What do you ever need? I need DPS. I need, you know, a better way to get more Spirit Hearts wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. 99 bombs, like... I need the standard right now, and it can come through pretty much any avenue, so... Including Electric Avenue, I hear you out there. We don't, the one thing that is kind of a seam that we can muster here is, we could still play a self-sacrifice room and get all the way to, the dark room. I was gonna say the lamb fight, but you know what I mean. We can get to the dark room. In order for that to happen, we're gonna need probably a little bit more HP. We're also gonna need to find the self-sacrifice room. In case this wasn't abundantly clear. Well, alright. Rerolled that, rerolled that. We already have Bookworm, but we might as well pick this up and put it back down. Remember, like, we're just rolling here. We don't need to go down in any timely fashion or anything like that, so we're gonna look for a self-sacrifice room, of course, and, you know, Telepathy for Dummies is not very good for us. The range upgrades were worthless. I thought for sure I was gonna get hit there. I also have no reason whatsoever to go to a mom transformation approach. Like, it just gives us nothing. So we'll continue to kind of work our way through this floor. You'll forgive me, it's not that the run is boring. It's actually, let me put it this way. I think it's more interesting on paper than it is to actually be playing, because, you know, on paper you're like, ooh, are you going to make the reroll or you're not going to make the reroll? If you make the rerolls that don't really give you the DPS that you're looking for, as we may have unfortunately accidentally done, maybe not quite as exciting as it could be. But we're still in this. Our damage penalty is going to ensure that this is probably one of the lowest Mom's Heart scores I've ever had on a daily. That's okay. Just getting the win is worth a little. Not a lot, but Awaz Rune. Awaz Rune is worth the keys to the kingdom here. Okay. Sure. Sure. Black Rune. I don't know why I picked it up. What could it have been? Ansus? Yera, Hagalaz, Black Rune. Okay, so we take Black Rune to start. There's no other items here. So you take Black Rune to start, reroll. We don't like it. We did no more sucks. Or no more rerolls, so we suck. We get up to 8.98 damage, which is good. Now you start to think, okay, what do you need here? You could take a Black Rune and suck items, but you might not get any items. You could take Onsus and know from the get-go whether there's a self-sacrifice room, but it's invalidated in the Curse of the Lost. You could take Yera and maybe double Awaz runes, but that only helps you out of one situation. But I think that's the right choice, honestly. Like, Black Rune, I don't see giving us another... Let me put it this way. There's a chance we have no more items coming for us here. So I think you take Yera and you use it to double anything, but preferably, as weird as it might sound, doubling an Awaz rune makes the most sense to me. We probably shouldn't have picked those up just yet, but relatively minor. So yeah, this floor, I'm going to operate under the principle that this is going to be the end of our run. You know, the odds of us finding a self-sacrifice room are not zero, but they're not necessarily amazing. And I think there's an inherent bias to think that, you know, the universe is curating these dailies to ensure that there's always going to be a seam, and I don't think that's always the case. I think that, you know, the daily generation is semi-curated, and then, I mean, I guess we should have rerolled the Christ out of that to try to get the shovel or something. Is semi-curated to, you know, give the illusion that somebody's pulling the strings back there, but not necessarily always is that going to be the case. And I will say, like, we could get a self-sacrifice room, and we're at 100% HP. Not 100 HP, that would be amazing, but 100%. By the way, if you're wondering why I was so eager to take BOGO bombs, it's really because we have, oh, sweet. It's really because we have, sad bombs that are also poisonous, that are also, wow. Sad bombs that are also poisonous, that are also, butt bombs, or toxic, however you want to phrase that there. So, what's our play? Basically keep doing what we're doing. I think finally on the Womb 2 here, we've ended up with a run that DPS-wise is really good. Apparently that's where I feel really good starts. And this is not like 5 out of 10. This is like 7.5, 8 out of 10. 9 damage, 6 rate of fire. I'm not sure if you can just run the product on that and say, you know, 9 damage, 6 rate of fire. All right, a 54 DPS is where we want to be. Or a 54 abstracted damage product, whatever you want to put it. Because if we had 54 damage and 1 rate of fire, that would be a lot better than 9 damage, 6 rate of fire. You know, there's got to be, one of them is inversely proportional, so it's got to be like a 1 over fire rate. You get the idea. There's some very rudimentary algebra involved that I'm neither qualified nor passionate enough to pursue, at least not on camera right now. So, of course, we're going to check our curse room, and we're around the level of points right now. I'm just going to see if there's a possibly a secret room that borders this, so we can not have to pay. But we're really around the score that I would expect to have after completing Boss Rush on a run that goes to Mom's Heart. So that should give you some indication of how our damage penalty is right now, i.e. it's fucking horrible. But I hope that it's fucking horrible for everybody, because the less joy there is in the world, the better. The more there is for me, I suppose. Okay, so luck up right there. Pheromones is useless, but that's okay. And then go grab this. With permanent Polaroid invincibility, we could actually play that blood bank, but the question becomes, you know, what are you looking for? And the answer is money for points, but I don't think it's worth the damage penalty. So we're still grinding here, and we're looking for... By the way, why 2 Awaz runes? Well, if the first Awaz rune gives us a crawl space, the second Awaz rune shouldn't. Could, but shouldn't. Well, I mean, even that is kind of like loaded verbiage, but the odds, it insulates us. Let's put it that way. It insulates us from bad variants, or good variants, depending on, you know, what your run's looking like. So this, I'm just gonna say, International Battery Day can suck all my 9-volt. More like a D-cell. Am I right? I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at a battery, to be honest with you. I'm not comfortable giving that kind of one-to-one comparison to begin with. What's a D-cell battery? It's like, you know, 3 inches in circumference and 1 inch in length. Sounds about right. That's about the average, I'd say. We're going to look for a self-sacrifice room. I gotta keep reminding myself, not just reminding you, reminding myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that this daily has probably been the biggest slog out of all of them. And that's not, you know, I think you need dailies like this. I don't think every daily can be like, oh, there's, you know, Polyphemus on your first item room. Wow, thanks again. You know, it's a little disingenuous. Not reflective of the average Isaac run. However, I would, you know, not kick Polyphemus out of bed for eating crackers on a run like this. We got one last chance to get some self-sacrifice room action here. There is a deal with the devil, potentially. The deal with the devil could give us the shovel. Oh, actually, NL, you forgot you had chaos. Any item can give you the shovel. Yeah, where else are we getting fucking items at this point? There was the one golden chest back there, I feel you, but apart from that, you know, we kind of been under the gun here. So, I think that you'll forgive me, the deal with the devil, despite costing us, is probably the best option here. Right now, I don't know where I'd say we stand on this run. As expected, but that's not me being bitter, I'm just being rational. As expected, no self-sacrifice room, so we're looking for an AWAS rune, and if we don't get one of those, you know, the shovel, and if we don't get one of those, then we're cashing out. And how do I feel about this run? I feel like we could be top 1,000. It is a Saturday daily, so probably a little bit more on the side of, well, you know what, we could get items here. A little bit more on the side of a lot of people doing the daily today. I'm going to assume that we're not going to get an AWAS rune. As a result, we're going to double these consumables, and we're not getting a whole lot out of it, but I'll take what I can get at this point, you know? We might as well get something for the Yara rune. Yeah, I mean, this is one of those dailies where, I don't know, we could have missed the boat completely, and other people found great items in a seam, and we're, you know, top 2,000, top 2,500. It could be a run where everybody was in roughly the same boat, or maybe somehow I even did better than average in terms of the item selection, and then maybe we're looking at top 250 or something like that. But I definitely don't think this is like elite upper echelon level performance, but I think that this could, you know, keep me top 10% or something today. That's how I feel about that. Seems like a daily that a lot of people might not see through to the end if they end up with the same combo that I get. Okay, so we got one last deal with the devil. Should really only take the items if they're gonna give us another floor, because yeah, okay, we're done. We're done, and it was okay. In the end, I'm glad we lived at least. We're 321, that's actually better than I would have expected. They were probably talking like top 4% or something on that. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal, and of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.